Today marks the first day of summer, and what better way to celebrate than a week-long interleague homestand right here at the Coliseum. 66th and Hagenberger will be a welcoming sight for the Athletics as they return to the East Bay to build on their outstanding 21-13 home record. Tonight, the Green and Gold will play host to the Cincinnati Reds. These two teams have a rich World Series history, but now through the beauty of interleague play, they collide in new battle and try to survive in their tightly contested divisions. It's Game 1, A's Reds next. Monday Night Baseball from the Coliseum. It is the start of a 6-game homestand, and it's all interleague baseball. Tonight, Gio Gonzalez gets the start against the Cincinnati Reds, so the A's hoping that it is a good homestand after a tough road trip, and former Athletic Ramon Hernandez in town. So it's Game 1 of this 3-game series, Cincinnati Reds and the Oakland A's, coming up on Comcast Sportsnet, California. Hi again, everybody. Welcome to Oakland A's Baseball. Along with Ray Fosse, I'm Glenn Kuiper. And Cincinnati Reds, well, we haven't seen them since 2007. So we've been scrambling, digging in the media guide. What's this team all about? Well, what they are is a very good offensive team, and they're led by a young man by the name of Joey Votto.
Well, last year he led almost every offensive department for the Cincinnati Reds. He has the power. He hits for an average. He drives and runs, and even salutes us. But this young man can hit. We actually saw him during spring training, since the Reds are now training in Arizona along with the Cleveland Indians at their complex. So we got a chance to see a very powerful hitting ball club. And I tell you, this guy can hit. There's no doubt a very powerful hitter. And with this lineup already very powerful, this should be something of a challenge for Gio Gonzalez tonight.
Indeed, it will be, Gio. He struggled a little bit in his last 2 starts, both against National League teams. So what are we going to see from Gio tonight?
Well, the main thing is throw strikes in, as he wants to pound the strike zone, which he talks about. He was successful pitching inside. Some of the balls leaked out against the last opponent, the Chicago Cubs. So he wants to pitch inside to the right-handers, curveball and changeup, get all 3 pitches working. And I think pitching at home, where these guys have had a lot of success, maybe that will be the start tonight for Gio.
Well, and hopefully the start of a very good homestand for the Athletics. They need it after the 2-7 road trip. So we'll have lineups at first pitch when we come back to the Coliseum. It's the A's and the Cincinnati Reds. Well, they've met a couple times in the World Series. We'll talk about that and more. Stick around. We'll be back to the Coliseum in just a moment.
AT&T. Find out what's possible with the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T. Rethink possible. And by Corona. Relax and refresh with Corona and Lime.
Welcome back to the Coliseum, and the A's have taken the field. It's the A's and the Cincinnati Reds. That's right, we don't say that a whole lot, the A's and the Reds, but it's the first of a 3-game series. Game time weather tonight brought to you by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The admission is free, and the boardwalk is open daily. It's a beautiful 72 degrees, and it's cooling off as the evening goes on. We've been looking forward to this kind of weather for about a week. We've been gone for a week. But it is very nice, very comfortable. Cincinnati Reds in town, and here is their lineup for tonight's ball game. Brandon Phillips is the second baseman. Paul Yanish, the shortstop. Joey Votto at first. Scott Rowland at third. Johnny Gomes in left. Drew Stubbs in center. Chris Heisey in right. Miguel Cairo, the DH. Ramon Hernandez is the catcher. Defensively for the Athletics, Jackson Davis Sweeney in the outfield. Kuzmanov, Pennington, Ellis Park on the infield. Suzuki is the catcher. And Gio Gonzalez on the mound.
Tonight's A's starting pitcher stats brought to you by your Bay Area Hyundai dealers. And Gio Gonzalez, he's making his 15th start. He has not missed one. 6-5 record. And for Gio, coming off a couple of starts, as we mentioned, a couple of losses against the Giants and the Cubs. He was in National League Parks. Got a chance to swing the bat tonight. All he has to think about is pitching.
First pitch, 7-8.
So Brandon Phillips takes the first pitch of the game for a ball. 3-0-2 with 9 home runs for Phillips. Pretty good power in the leadoff spot for the Cincinnati Reds.
After a tough time in Seattle, or the sleepless bats in Seattle, they call it, for the weekend.
This is a team that's a very powerful offense. They spent 3 days in Seattle, lost all 3 games, and scored 1 run and had a total of 14 hits in that series. So Dusty and his gang was probably glad to get out of Seattle. They lost 1-0, 5-1, and 1-0.
And the first 2 pitchers, yes, but Ryan Rowland-Smith yesterday, of course, he had great incentive to try to match what Cliff Lee and Felix Hernandez did, and he did against the Reds.
On the ground to the shortstop, Pennington, and that's going to be an error. A routine ground ball, and Pennington could not pick it up clean.
Well, just very routine, and Phillips, and there's no doubt, he, like the rest of the Reds, aggressive, had it, then dropped it.
So that'll bring up Paul Yanish, the shortstop. Orlando Cabrera not in the lineup tonight.
Yeah, he said one night he's got a little ankle problem, and a chance to visit with him briefly in the clubhouse, and he said no big deal, just getting the day. As a matter of fact, Dusty Baker had told him, you tell me when you need some time and make sure you get it.
Yanish to right field. Sweeney shading his eyes. He's got it.
Check out our keys to the game, brought to you by Toyota. Home sweet home. 21-13, 3-0 versus the Interleague. That's a home record. Welcome back to the EH. Definitely, we missed you. At Gio at home, 290 earned run average, as are a lot of the A's pitchers. So the friendly confines of the Coliseum, the flyover before the third bat.
Gio's looking up, saying, whoa. So 1 out, and here's Joey Votto. We talked about him in the open. Very good numbers. 311. That's the 6th best batting average in the National League. 14 homers, 43 runs batted in.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah. The Reds are 37-33. As we said, they got swept in Seattle. They have been struggling lately. Lost 6 of their last 7. They are right in the thick of it in the National League Central, trailing the Cardinals, who we just saw, by a game and a half. For a fair amount of time, the Reds were in first place, but Cardinals playing, you see a good weekend for the Cardinals, and the Reds not so much. They're 14-16 on the road and 3-6 against the American League so far this year. So the record breakdowns for the Reds. 3-1 to Votto with Scott Rowland in the on-deck circle. That one hit toward left, hit pretty well. Jackson going back near the wall, and he leaps, and he can't get it. It's off the wall. Brandon Phillips racing around third. He will score, and Joey Votto has an RBI double. Well, Votto's got good power the other way.
Well, he sure does. Fastball, and left his bat looked like just a fly ball, slicing a little bit, but just kept carrying. And Connor Jackson got near the Dallas Braden logo, the perfect game, like he's going to have it off the tip of his glove when he went down. Of course, Phillips, tremendous speed scoring from first base. So even though it's an unearned run at this point, or that one is an unearned run, the Reds will take it, and unfortunately the A's sadly will give it up.
So Reds 1, A's nothing, and here's Scott Rowland. Scott Rowland has revived his career in Cincinnati. There you go. Covers the field pretty well, does Joey Votto.
Also has a huge lead off second.
Scott Rowland takes a strike. It's 0-2. Check out the numbers for Scott Rowland.
The facial hair for Scott Rowland. Never seen that for the. He's a clean-shaven gentleman. He is a gentleman.
Rowland now 35 years old, and obviously still a very productive player. Breaking ball in the dirt.
Rowland, more of a National League player throughout his career, although Toronto was his home for a short amount of time. Tremendous fielder, Gold Glover, and power.
Injuries have been an issue for him the last 3 years, but not this year. And so he is proving when healthy, he is still a force. 1-2 pitch, bounce to short, and Votto, a base running mistake. He's thrown out by Pennington at third. So Rowland will reach on the fielder's choice, but Votto, a mistake.
Well, Votto had such a big lead, kind of got out in no man's land, even though the ball was in front of him, barely. Maybe not, because his lead was halfway to third base, it seemed, and looked at the lead and the jump, and he started and then realized he was already so far off the bag. The question is, could Mark Ellis have gotten to the bag in enough time to get him at second?
So 2 outs, and here's Johnny Gomes.
That pitch right there is perhaps the best pitch that Gio has thrown outside to a right-handed hitter, because he nailed the outside corner. That pitch has been tough for him to throw it for a strike.
Big swing by Gomes, and it's 0-2.
So somewhere on the cleats of Johnny Gomes, there's a 707. Hard breaking ball. That's the impressive one from Gio Gonzalez to the back foot. A hard breaking ball.
Gomes and the 0-2 pitch gets a fastball, fouls it back. A huge season for Johnny Gomes from Petaluma. Tied for 6th in the National League in RBIs with 49. He's really never got a chance to play on a regular basis. He's getting it here, and he's paying it off, and he goes around, and that's a strikeout. So an unearned run for the Reds in the top of the first. We head to the bottom of the first. 1-0 Cincinnati. lead things off for the A's in the bottom of the first. Give you the rest of the A's lineup in a moment. First pitch from the youngster Mike Leake is a strike in the outside corner. And a strike on the inside corner. So a quick 0-2.
He does work fast, so it does not give hitters much of a chance to do anything. So Rajay doing what he should do, and that step out forced him to slow down his pace a little bit.
Well, Jerry Crawford is the home plate umpire. Been around a long time.
You see, Rajay this time is very smart. He's staying in the box so he can get ready when Leake is ready to pitch, and he does quickly.
Bounced slowly toward first, and Joey Votto picks it up right near the bag, steps on the bag, and that's out number 1. Here's the A's lineup. Davis, Barton, Jackson, Suzuki, Sweeney, Kuzmanov, Cust, Ellis, and Pennington. Kevin Kuzmanov, good career numbers against the Reds, and a big day yesterday. Defensively for the Reds, Gomes, Stubbs, Heisey in the outfield. Roland, Ganish, Phillips, Votto. Phil Hernandez is the catcher, and Mike Leake, quite a story. He is the starting pitcher.
Straight out of Arizona State, drafted last year. His first professional start, April 11th this year, against the Cubs. 16-1 last year with Arizona State, so I'd say that got him a pretty good chance to be drafted.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just 22 years old.
We're talking about Steven Strasburg, who was also in college, but Strasburg started in the minor leagues. Leake, we saw in spring training. Look at this, 40-6 in 3 seasons at Arizona State. 1.71 ERA last year with the 16 wins. Fastball is only about 91, but a lot of movement. Rotating, seeking action, the curveball, slider, changeup. 4 pitches that he throws, and of course Ramon Hernandez, a veteran behind the plate. He's had Ramon for many years. Actually, I didn't recognize him with the shaved head.
Yeah, he looks different. Yeah. Inside of Barton. Leake is 6'1", 190 pounds. There's Ramon.
Started his career 5-0.
When he was the 8th overall pick in the draft, signed late, did not pitch at all in the minor leagues last year, went to the Arizona Fall League and pitched a little bit there, was very impressive. Barton, 4-3 on the putout. So he goes to spring training, not thinking about too much of anything, and he impresses, and the Reds needed a starter, and they put him in there, and he's been very good. So pretty good story for Mike Leake. His last 2 starts, he's given up 10 earned runs in 10 1/3 innings. But with a 5-run record and an ERA right at 3, tough to argue with that. He was actually drafted by the A's in the 7th round back in 2006 out of high school, but he did not sign. So even a 7th round pick is pretty high out of high school. He went to Arizona State and worked out well. Connor Jackson, his first game here at the Coliseum. Bob Guerin likes Connor Jackson in that 3rd spot. That one just a bit low. So first base runner for the Athletics.
A little bit lower than 1 to Dirk Barton. Took the count full to 3-2, but Jerry Crawford is not really that much of a low ball umpire, that low anyway.
So Kurt Suzuki hitting in that cleanup spot, steps in, 8 home runs, 30 RBIs. Kurt was 3 for 7 in the series in St. Louis. Say one thing about Leake, he doesn't waste a whole lot of time. Gets it, gets his sign, and throws it.
I can see maybe in the future he does what Jamie Moyer does, where he's his catcher. He gets the sign while the hitter's out of the batter's box, so he can move it a little bit quicker. But by the time, especially with the runner on base, Ramon Hernandez looking into the dugout to get the calls as far as the runner at first base, so that's taking probably more time than Leake wants. Leake is ready.
He's ready.
He's ready. And watch, Ramon still hasn't looked in the dugout yet. He goes through the sign, so all the while, that's everybody's ready.
1-1 to Suzuki. Swing and a miss. Good changeup and a good location on the changeup.
Changeup kind of backs up to a little two-seam or a screwball type changeup. So he goes fastball in there.
Ryan Sweeney in the on-deck circle if Suzuki can get aboard. At some point, next couple innings, we'll read the list of players who went straight from college, or not necessarily college, how about just did not play in the minor leagues, went straight to the big leagues. There's 21 of them. Obviously, League, the latest one, but there's some interesting names that you will recognize. League, quick check, and the 2-2 pitch way outside. So full count. Jackson will take off with 2 outs. Leake's last start was against the Dodgers, and he took the loss, giving up 5 earned runs in 6 innings. Three-two to Suzuki. Swing and a miss on the outside corner. So a 2-out walk to Jackson. Nothing else for the A's. We head to the second. The Reds with a 1-0 lead. A's Baseball on Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by Cache Creek's Splash of Cash. Hundreds of prizes every day until July 5th. Visit CacheCreek.com for details. 1-0 Reds over the A's. Stubbs, Heisey, Cairo. That's Drew Stubbs, Chris Heisey, Miguel Cairo. Gio Gonzalez gave up an unearned run in the first inning. Brandon Phillips, the first hitter of the game, hit a ground ball to Pennington, and Pennington could not field it cleanly. couple of batters later, Joey Votto with a double that scored Phillips. So 2-0 to Stubbs, the center fielder.
Gio is happy tonight. His dad Max is here, and Gio has his father or brother, somebody from the family, pitches very well, except for the unearned run in the first inning. Good start for him. His last start, he did walk 3, and a couple of them came around to score against the Cubs.
Derek Lee got him for a home run. Lee hit that ball right down the left field line at Wrigley Field.
Fastball almost hit him in his right knee. Yet it was hit so hard it stayed fair.
Curveball on 2-2, bounced foul.
A very strange out-of-town scoreboard tonight here at the Coliseum. Left field completely blank. Right field, Kansas City, Washington, complete. Yankees at Arizona in the first. 5-zip. Wow.
Little bouncer. Stubbs is fast. Quick throw. And Kuzmanov makes the play, and that's out number 1.
There's a few folks at the closed roof in Arizona. Consider it's probably about 110.
97.
They're smiling right now.
Good play, cutting in front. Cliff Bennington, and very smart to do that, considering the speed of Stubbs. Four-hit day yesterday for Kuz, including his home run.
Here's Chris Heisey. But I say they're smiling in Arizona. Diamondbacks scored 5 in the first against the Yankees.
A.J. Burnett in at 34.
I think so.
CC Sabathia shut out last night.
Not a good mid-season races going on. So look at all the divisions. The AL East. Yankees with a 1-game lead over Tampa and Boston. So there's going to be a good team from the AL East that does not make the postseason this year. Who it's going to be, we do not know. Toronto's having a good year as well. Swing and a miss by Chris Heisey. Gio Gonzalez gets his second strikeout.
2 strikeouts, both on the curveball. Johnny Gomes and now Heisey. So a good hard curveball. And this is what makes a pitch so tough to hit. He throws it so hard to the right-handers, to the right foot, back foot, and if it's thrown in that direction down low, it's very difficult to make contact.
Here's Cairo. He's the DH, and he takes way outside. At the AL Central, Minnesota with a 1.5-game lead over Detroit, and the White Sox 5.5 back, but playing well. White Sox have won 6 in a row.
Back to 500.
Yeah, so that's got a pretty good chance to be a 3-team race. There's the West. Texas a 3.5-game lead over the Angels, 8 over the Athletics. NL West is tight. Padres, Giants, Dodgers, all within 2 games of each other.
3 fastballs all have leaked outside, and not to leak. They've done it to Cairo. The fastball that Gio wants to finish strong inside, and Suzuki's trying to get him to do that with this pitch. Amazing how when National League teams come into the American League parks, they use usually the DH, a player who has been a DH before, or at least played in the American League. Miguel Cairo has been that type of player.
He shoots one to right center for a base hit. Davis gets it back in quickly, so a 2-out single for Miguel Cairo.
For a long time has Miguel Cairo tried to go inside, but again, Gio left it up and away. Perfect pitch for Cairo to hit the right center.
BI tells us, Ray, that the Diamondbacks hit 3 home runs in that first inning against A.J. Burnett.
Is the roof open, B.I.? It's probably closed. I would say it's closed. It's this time of the year, it's closed.
Could have closed the roof in St. Louis yesterday. It was hot.
That would have been nice.
No roof in St. Louis. Nice ballpark, though. It was a fun weekend, even though the A's won just one game. But got to see a new park, which I always enjoy doing. And we liked it. Busch Stadium. 1-0 to Ramon Hernandez. There's a strike. Hernandez 286 with 2 homers and 15 RBIs. Doesn't seem that long ago. Ramon Hernandez, a rookie with the Athletics. He came up in 1999.
Doesn't seem that long ago either that he bunted to win.
That's right.
The game against the Red Sox in postseason.
He's now 34 years old, and he's in his 12th year in the big leagues. There he is, a youngster.
The first one of the week.
It was after the 2003 season when he was traded with Terrence Long for Mark Kotsay in the San Diego Padres. A couple years in San Diego, 3 in Baltimore. This is his 2nd year in Cincinnati. Pitch, breaking ball is in the dirt. So now 3-2. Cairo will take off from first.
I see some hitters are able to recognize the spin and just don't even offer it anything close to the curveball that Gio throws. And certain hitters cannot do it, but Ramon has taken the curveball like he's known it's coming.
Cairo goes and pitches a fastball inside, and a 2-out rally for the Reds here in the 2nd.
A 2-out rally, but more importantly,
Not ready. Number 4.
5 pitches to Cairo and 6 pitches to Ramon. Tommy Kim on the white line inside batter's box. Off the plate.
Well, unfortunately for Gio, you just talked about the amount of pitches. It's at 40, and that's a lot. He threw 89 in 5 innings in his last start, 105 pitches in 5 1/3 innings. Start before that. That one's bounced toward Pennington.
Tried him again.
That's right. Flips to Ellis. No problem this time for Pennington. A couple of runners stranded for the Reds. Bottom of the 2nd, coming up 1-0 Cincinnati.
Ladies and gentlemen.
26. It's against the Pirates. Players will be wearing turn back to clock jerseys from the 70s, and 15,000 fans will receive a Joe Rudy jersey from Pepsi. Get tickets now. Visit OaklandAthletics.com or call 877-493-BALL. Boys have their Fort Knox gold unis in their lockers.
Are they in there?
Somebody said, "Did you wear those?" Proud.
Big bouncer to first. Bottom leak, and Sweeney's retired. So that's one out here in the bottom of the second inning, and that'll bring up Kevin Kuzma.
Third baseman, number 5, Kevin.
Votto staying back, and the big hop, and nice strong lead to Mike Leake.
Kuzma off. The big day yesterday. 4 for 4. 2 singles, a double, and a home run. 5th time in his career that he has had 4 or more hits in a game. Leading the Athletics in RBIs with 36. This one's popped up to center field. Very high. Stubbs is there, 2 outs. Got a long home run yesterday in St. Louis.
97, designated hitter, number 32.
Over the bullpen, and that's a pretty good shot. Very good shot, as a matter of fact.
The A's were a happy group to win the last game of that series, and then also know that you're heading home for a while. Jack Cust back in the DH spot. And now 3-0. Gus has had a good stretch. 356 average in his last 15 games. 3-0 pitch, grounds it to the second baseman Phillips. The bat head goes flying all the way to first. Stuff laying all over the diamond. 1-0 Reds. Down to size. We take Gary's 3-hour Can-Be-Our morning show, condense it to an hour, and show it at 11 p.m. The best moments, the best interviews, and Gary with Tony Bruno on Radnich Remix. Weeknights at 11 p.m. So Gio Gonzalez back to work here in the top of the third. Yanish, the shortstop, leading it off, followed by Joey Votto and Scott Rowland. Changeup on the outside corner. So 0-2.
Well, as we know, getting back to American League Parks with the DH, then you don't really have to worry about taking a pitcher out because of maybe being down a run or tied. Pinch hitting. Stay in as long as he's able to pitch. Gio's pitching, maybe he's just getting loose at pitch number 44.
Now batting, number 19.
Good location, fastball inside, just aired it out. And very good location.
So 1 out. Here's Joey Votto. Votto on the first pitch grounds it to Barton, who juggles it but picks it up and steps on the bag. 2 outs here in the third.
Number 27.
And Scott Rowland strolls to the plate. Rowland reached on a fielder's choice in the first inning. There's a good pitch. Called the ball by Jerry Crawford. I had it as a strike.
Now you know why Dallas prayed on the perfect game. Thought it was 2 instead of 3 and 1. And that pitch is the same height.
Rowland shoots one foul. Scott Rowland closing in on a milestone. He's got 297 career home runs. Closing in on 1,900 career hits. 7 Gold Gloves as well. He's a terrific player. Gonzalez waits for it to come down, spins, throws in time. Close play at first, but Gio Gonzalez makes the nice play and a 3-up, 3-down inning. Bottom of the third coming up. It'll be Ellis, Pennington, and Davis. One nothing. The Reds over the Athletics. Bottom of the third inning. Nice play by Gio Gonzalez to end the top of the third.
Gio could have let the ball roll if he didn't think he had a chance, and probably would have rolled foul. Decided to make the play, and he did, because it was great. Ball topped off the plate. Scott Rowland runs well. That ball near the foul line, but Gio pulled up to first base, and look at that last little jump by Rowland. Derek Barton, as he normally does, stretches very well. Gio, 360 and a perfect strike. Derek Barton.
A's still looking for their first hit against Mike Leake. But they got another base run. That's the second walk. And this one, a leadoff walk, Alice.
Well, in between innings, Mike Leake,
Running
in about 90 seconds or so. Of course, as soon as the last out is made, the umpire at second base tonight is Chris Guccione starts the stopwatch. Well, Leake came out and probably waited 30 seconds. Because he was ready to go, but the umpire standing around. And thanks to, is that Guccione? That's not Guccione second, is it?
No, Guccione's at first. Or Nora's at second.
My apologies. I was looking at first base when I said Guccione. There's a Nora who has the stopwatch. They're all in blue, or, you know, so.
Just call them blue.
I think they're wearing black jackets. You get a close-up in high definition of the men in blue-black. See what color. What do you think?
Looks black.
It is black, yeah. So how can you say, come on, blue?
I don't know.
And it's not an American national thing anymore because they're all one. That's Chris Guccione.
Cliff Pennington is on a pretty good hot streak right now. He's 5 for 10 in that series in St. Louis, and he's got 14 hits in his last 33 at bats. So the average climbing back up now at 232. 2-0. So Leake struggling to find the strike zone here in the third.
A lot of movement on his fastball, that slot that he throws from, which creates the movement, and sometimes it can move too much.
That one's in for a strike.
Brian Price, the pitching coach for Dusty Baker, and he's a good one.
Back home, too.
Yep, Cal. Bob Melvin was let go by the Diamondbacks. Brian Price say, he go, I go. And he left as well. But I would say that Brian Price is as good as he is. He can find a job. He is an excellent pitching coach. He was with the Mariners for many years, went to Arizona. Bob Melvin, the manager there, and now with Dusty Baker. Dusty's got to go.
Pennington, a good swing, fouls it back, so the count stays at 2-2.
But Dusty Baker, of course, coming back to the Bay Area, managing across the Victor, aspired alongside with him and shortstop for the Giants. But Dusty had all kinds of media in his office and clubhouse. Oh, yeah, just on and on and on.
Well, I wanted to go say hi to him, but I figured we'd wait till tomorrow.
Tomorrow's a good idea, yeah. I waited around to do an interview with him at radio side, and finally said hello, and he said, I got a lot of work remaining to do and get ready for tonight's game. Popular gentleman. Understand that.
Runner goes. Pennington pops it down the left field line. Gomes coming in, still coming in. It falls fair.
Oh, and he's lucky he reached down and caught the ball with his bare hand. Otherwise, it was going to spin over towards the bullpen. So when you're hot, good things happen. And Cliff Pennington, Mark Ellis running, could not be assured the ball was going to drop. So he got to second base. Watch the spin and watch the ball caught barehanded by Johnny Gomes. Scott Rowland going out, no chance for him, and Gomes a long way to come. The Ball outside, the backdoor breaking ball, and Ramon coming up out of the position to try to throw in the event the ball was missed. So if Pennington stays hot.
So 2 on and nobody out for the top of the order, Rajai Davis, who grounded to first in the first. He hits it hard to roll it. He's got it to Phillips for one, back to first, not in time. Scott Rowland was playing in, and it was not an easy play.
Well, they hit it hard, but unfortunately for the A's, right to the Gold Glover at third, and came up. And Phillips receiving the throw from Rowland. It's kind of tough to go 5-4-3 and double up Rajai Davis.
So Derek Barton with a chance to knock in a run. Barton takes outside. Barton grounded out to second in the first inning. And Rajai Davis over at first with 26 stolen bases. One behind the major league leader, Juan Pierre. Up 2-0.
Rajai did not have much of an opportunity to run on the road. Whereas he had doubles, a lot of doubles, but Chris Carpenter held him very close to first base and was thrown out on a hit and run. Pitch out.
Bluffed going, and then Paul's lined right to the first baseman, Votto. 2 outs. Davis actually took a couple steps towards second, and the A's are lucky he did not go.
Votto really coming way off the bag. You don't see a first baseman come off the bag that far. He went out to the cutout, and the ball was right to him. Normally it'd take about 2 to 3 steps. That ball might have been hooking down on the corner and scoring 2 runs. Instead, the A's going to have to get a 2-out hit to score.
So Connor Jackson, second time against Lee. The first pitch is a breaking ball outside. Jackson 6 for 18 with the Athletics. This is the 7th game that he has played for the A's. One and one now to Jackson. Join the A's in Chicago. I believe the young man the A's traded to Diamondbacks. Devil, relief pitcher. I think he is in the big leagues.
Well, there might be some interest for Jake Fox as the Diamondbacks.
No, I don't think it was the Diamondbacks.
I was thinking the Cubs, but the Cubs let him trade it. I know it was.
I saw that somebody was interested, but I can't remember who it was. The
Orioles. That's right. The Orioles. Yeah. That's right. That's Dallaire. New Papa Dallaire.
Oh yeah, he's in top 4. Dallaire Lewis, our producer. His wife Shannon, baby boy, about a week ago. Dallaire had a little extra bounce in his step today. Well, of course, his eyes were a little red and tired, but
I don't think Dallaire, in that shot that we have had of him, I don't know if he could be a doctor, though.
No, he's not doctor material. He's a very good TV producer. He is not doctor material.
I'm not going, Dr. Dallaire, do you have somebody that I could go see that you could recommend?
Yeah, because I am not going to see you. 2-2 to Connor Jackson. And he got him swinging. He went inside on the hands, and Mike Leake works his way out of the first and third 1-out jam, and the A's do not score. Well, the 1972 World Series, it was the A's and the Reds, and this is the final out. Game 7, heck of a World Series. It was the first, of course, in a row by the Athletics. Ray, you were not in that World Series. You were in 73 and 74, but A's had a 3-1 lead in that 72 World Series, but the Reds won Game 5 and Game 6 to force a Game 7 in Cincinnati, and the A's won that game 3-2.
Big Red Machine, and part of that Big Red Machine we saw tonight in Joe Morgan, who is now, of course, doing the Sunday Night Network game, but he's also involved in Cincinnati with the Reds.
Joe did not have a good series. He was 3 for 24 in that 72 World Series. Of course, Gene Tennis was the story for the A's in that series. He hit 4 home runs and had 9 RBIs in the 7 game.
Home runs in his first 2 at-bats in Cincinnati.
First player in history to homer in each of his first 2 World Series at-bats. Three and 1 to Johnny Gomes, and he takes a strike. Now, that was the World Series where Reggie Jackson did not play. He was injured.
His hamstring in Detroit in the final game. His double steal, first and third, but he was running home and slid into home and hamstring. Well, that's why he had to play in 73 and be the MVP.
Good pitch. Breaking ball, and Johnny Gomes strikes out for the second time. The 2 home runs by Gene Tennis. His first 2 at-bats.
Just top hand, choking up on the left field line, and put a napkin over the same pitch, same swing, and down the left field line. He did that here quite often at the Coliseum, and that's why we all got a lot of dinners at Francesco, because they gave dinner for 2 for every home run hit an A's player at the Coliseum. Gino could take everybody over all the time. It seemed he just hit home runs all the time here at the Coliseum. So we enjoyed fine dining at Francesco's, and we still do it all these years later.
Well, 6 of the 7 games in that 72 World Series were decided by 1 run. And they weren't blowouts either, or they weren't high-scoring games either. They were all tight. That Game 4, I have it in front of me. Interesting. A's won Game 4 here in Oakland 3-2. Scored 2 runs in the 9th.
There's a lot of pinch hitters.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Two and 2 now to Drew Stubbs. Catfish Hunter won 2 games in that series. A couple of saves and a win. And a strikeout for Gio Gonzalez, so he has started to lock in. He's got 5 strikeouts now.
Well, one of the great catches in the World Series, all World Series, Joe Rudi against the left field wall, just kind of pinned himself against the wall at Riverfront and made the catch. A great play by Joe, and Joe has that photograph with his back to the infield and face planted against the wall, and made the catch.
That was Game 2, and he also homered in that game. A's 2, Reds 1. Big play like that, hit a home run, and you win 2-1.
Joe's a great left fielder, strong arm, great hitter. We'll see him Saturday when he throws out the first pitch.
Gio Gonzalez grabs it, throws out Chris Heisey, and that is 7 in a row retired by Gonzalez. 1-0 Reds going to the bottom of the 4th.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your
Hall of Famer Joe Morgan, of course, Bay Area resident, grew up in the Bay Area, terrific player.
So lives here and be in Oakland at the Coliseum for the 3 games while the Reds are here. Manager Walt Jocketty standing behind him.
There's a reason why Joe's here. He's now a Reds employee,
That's
right?
And Nick Cronin, of course, talking to Walt Jocketty.
Scott Rowland plays it off to the side to get a good hop and throws out Kurt Suzuki. And that is out number 1. Time now for our Subway Eat Fresh Ask Glenn and Ray question. You can log on to CSNCalifornia.com to post your question. Alan from Oakland asks, hey Ray, in the 72 World Series, Gene Tennis faked an intentional walk and then Riley Fingers struck out Johnny Bench looking. Did you ever attempt this when catching?
Never had Riley Fingers or a pitcher like Riley who could do it.
That was something, huh?
But Johnny Bench still dislikes Raleigh for doing it. I don't know that he will ever forgive him. Because in a sense, you know, you're just standing up there figuring, oh, okay, you see the catcher standing up and putting his hand out. And Johnny, of course, could not see Tennis get back behind the plate, and Raleigh dropped a perfect strike with a slider outside part of the plate. He threw the slider because he figured if he threw him a fastball, he might hit it, but if it's a slider to walk him, so be it. But Dick Williams with his theatrics, I mean, started pointing and pointing and what's this guy doing?
Oh man, it worked.
It worked perfect.
And we're talking about it many years later. Let's take a look at it. It's something if you've never seen it.
Well, watch Gene Tennis behind the plate. He's standing up and then he gets quickly behind the plate, and Bench is just there thinking ball 4.
Sweeney down the left field line, and that's fair. Bounces into the corner. Johnny Gomes will get it back in. Ryan Sweeney has a 1-out double.
Well, that's Ryan Sweeney at his best, going opposite field. Fastball location inside, but it leaked outside by Mike. And just did not stay inside. You almost have to throw it at the hitter. Ramon wanted to make sure it was a strike, so he set up more to the inside corner, and it ended up in the middle of the plate.
16th double of the year for Sweeney. That's second most on the team behind Derek Barton. 37 of his 67 hits have gone to left field. Sweeney. Here's Kuzminov, and he swings and misses at a changeup. A lot of action on all of Leake's pitches. Doesn't throw hard, but he's got a lot of movement. And most of it's downward.
Well, it helps he has a veteran, Ramon Hernandez, catching him, and I would be surprised if there's any shaking to another pitch by Leake. Just let Ramon call the game and just throw whatever he calls.
Rowland handles the hot smash, flips it across. Sweeney stays at second, 2 outs.
A's are hitting the ball hard, but right at infield.
Well, that's the wrong guy to hit it as well, Scott Rowland. Very smooth at that. So Cust will step in. Jack swung at a 3-0 pitch in the second inning and grounded out. And he's going to ground to second again. Phillips down to one knee, flips to first, side retired. So Sweeney doubles and he's stranded at second. We head to the 5th inning at the Coliseum. 1-0 Reds. Still 1-0 the Reds. They scored in the top of the first inning. Gio Gonzalez has retired 7 in a row. Faces Cairo, Hernandez, and Phillips. Miguel Cairo has one of the 2 hits off of Gonzalez through the first 4 innings. He singled in the second. Gonzalez with 1 walk and 5 strikeouts. And the pitch count was a major concern early in this game. He was into the 40s in the second inning, but this is pitch number 66.
Oh, Phillips swung at the first pitch in the second inning. From that point on, he has not thrown a lot of pitches. And as a result, Kurt Young, pitching coach, is a little bit happier that pitch count is manageable. Kurt getting ready for the Community Fund Golf Tournament on Thursday.
He's a good golfer.
I just want to, he may go home to Arizona.
Maybe.
It's an off day, Wednesday day game, and then Friday back. So times will go to Arizona unless his wife Kathy and kids are here. But he definitely is a good golfer. Out of my league.
Way out of my league. Three and 2 to Miguel Cairo, and he got him swinging. Fastball up and away, and that is strikeout number 6. Time now for our trivia question, which is, as always, brought to you by AT&T. Who are the 5 catchers in Oakland history to start 130 or more games in a season? I think you're on that list, Ray.
Yes.
We know that.
Ramon, of course. Ramon, Jason Kendall.
Yeah, there's 3.
Zook.
There's 4.
Steiny.
Well, you'd think he'd be on there.
I think so, yeah.
Two and 0 to Ramon Hernandez, who walked in the second inning.
Duncan might have 72. He was the primary catcher, and at least towards the end of the season.
2-0 pitch is rolled foul.
Well, at least Dallaire didn't tell us not to answer it.
Yeah, we were reprimanded.
David Coppett said, "Oh, you can't answer this."
Yeah, David Coppett is.
He thought we were going to know the answers.
Our boss. He was filling in for Dallaire. Well, there's a shot to center field, and that's a base hit. But we were just having some fun. I mean, the question, we're as curious about the answers as our viewers are.
They're probably guessing like we
No, I would hope that they are.
Not everybody's David Feldman knows all these answers.
Exactly. We're mere mortals in the world of A's history. I have trouble 3 days ago, let alone 3 years ago.
Yeah, he doesn't know. He doesn't know these answers. No way.
It's all right.
Yeah, I got a haircut.
B.I.'s our guy.
Yeah, got a haircut.
We go on a road trip, B.I. gets a haircut. He's looking good.
All of them.
We need something, and our stat man B.I. gets it for us. Outside to Brandon Phillips, 2-0. There he is.
Oh, B.I. Wow.
When we talk about our great stat man, B.I., well, folks, that's B.I. He's a good man. He looks terribly uncomfortable when we put him on camera, but outside of that. He makes us chuckle every once in a while, too. And that's important in a long baseball season. Phillips, big swing, and he fouls it at the plate.
SBI realizes that if the A's score more runs, we wouldn't have time to talk about it.
Well, that's true.
So VI say, come on, A's, score
so
more
when the
runs.
A's are scoring a bunch of runs,
Secondary.
we don't even think about VI. Gio taking his time as he faces the dangerous Phillips.
He was trailing 1-0, unearned run in the first inning, and Gio's in 5 losses this year. Run support, I think it's a challenge contest between Dallas Braden and Gio Gonzalez.
Phillips goes around, and that is another strikeout. 7 for Gonzalez. Phillips could not hold up on the sharp breaking ball.
Well, we talked about certain hitters. Ramon Hernandez takes this pitch, but
Number 7.
kind of a half trying to check the swing, but Phillips way out in front. Ball bouncing. Good job blocking the ball by Kurt Suzuki. But Gio has scored him 1 or less in the 5 losses. So just no run support at all. 6 wins, of course, enough to get the victory, but frustrating to pitch well and look up on the board and see a goose egg on your side, the team side. But tonight it's a credit to Mike Lee, the way he's pitching. A lot of ground ball outs.
1-1 to Yadish. He drives with the center. Rajay Davis there, and he's got it side. Retired. A hit and a runner left for the Reds. Bottom of the 5th coming up. Ellis, Pennington, and Davis. 1-0 Reds. He's trying to solve that young man, Mike Leake, the 22-year-old right-hander. First pitch is just off the plate to Ellis. Mark walked leading off the 3rd inning, got as far as 3rd with 1 out, but Hayes could not get him home, and he lines it to Roland, 1 out. Another hard hit ball into the glove of a Cincinnati Red. Here's our trivia answer brought to you by AT&T. Who are the 5 catchers in Oakland history to start 130 or more games in a season? Our good friend Ray Fosse, 137 in 1973 against Steinbeck. Ramon Hernandez, Kendall, and Suzuki. Kendall did it twice. Not surprised. So you remember that? 1973. Just kept running you out there, huh?
Of course, kept winning. So never get tired when you're winning.
Yeah. But you started a bunch in a row, did you not? Wasn't it a consecutive number?
I want to say 50 to start the season. I did not know that until put it in Jason Kendall's bio when he got here. And actually, Ramon did a great job. And I don't remember which year it was in the early 2000s. He was out towards the end. I said, Ramon, because at the time I had the record for most games caught. I said, Ramon, you get the rest of the game, so you got a chance to be at the top. He said, oh, really? He caught the rest of it. But the A's needed him because to help him go to the postseason, and no days off when you get down in September in the stretch drive.
Well, if you caught 50 in a row, something like that, there had to be a handful of doubleheaders in there, too.
Well, I always caught double.
Who did? One out walk to Cliff Pennington.
See him that often these days. Even though doubleheaders, usually they're day-night doubleheaders, so actually a catcher could catch both ends, but it's rare.
Those guys played in the 70s. They played in some doubleheaders, I'm sure.
Dusty Baker, the on-deck circle. Hank Aaron hit number 715 in Atlanta. A friend teammate of Hammer and Hank Aaron.
Davis takes outside. Well, Dusty, of course, managed the Giants, but he played a year with the Giants, and he played his last 2 years with the Oakland A's.
That's right.
How about that?
Hey, Raymond. Welcome, Raymond.
What a surprise. Raymond wasn't there like 2 seconds ago.
No, he was not. We had Chris Byer, Dusty Baker, and all of a sudden, Raymond shows up.
It's magic.
Unbelievable. I'd say whoever that camera got to crop a little bit better. Huh? Marty, what do you think?
That's better.
That's better. That's much better.
We'd rather see Chris Byer than Raymond. Now, Dusty, in 1985 for the Athletics, had a decent year. 268 with 14 home runs. He did that in 111 games. And then finished his career in 86 with the A's. Chopter, Phillips is going to flip to second, and they're going to call the runner out on the exchange, although Yanish, he didn't have it a lot, but they were going to get Pennington either way. Pennington veered off.
Pennington's headed back to the dugout. I think when you're on the grass, almost near the pitcher's mound, that's automatic out.
They may have had a shot at Rajay Davis. He was able to get the throw on.
Rajay just inside out, trying to hit the right side, hit the ball to right field, and Pennington was so far from second base. A lot of guys don't like to slide when you're 30 feet from the bag, but in the case of Dennis coming across the bag and throwing straight through you, you better get down anyway or veer off like he did. Rajay's got to steal second, at least attempt. Well, he had the ball in his glove.
He never had it.
Never did. No, he really didn't.
Davis not going, and the pitch is on the outside corner, first strike.
Yeah, that's really, it's true. That he did not have control of the ball.
It never even went into his glove. But he would have been able to pick it up and step on second.
But Honora immediately made the call of out with the transfer.
One and one to Barton, who is 0 for 2, a ground out and a line out. He came up first and third, one out, and he had a shot right at the first baseman. Rajay was on the move. He had a terrific jump, and he knows it. Barton fouled it back.
Well, with a strike, one strike, and of course Derek Barton had a pretty good pitch to hit, even though Rajay got the jump. Green light. Derek Barton really could not tell. Barton could also hit the ball in the gap and scored Rajay, but fouled it back.
Davis not running. And that went just inside. 2-2. League's pitch count is 77. Davis takes off, and the pitch is lined right field, a base hit. Heisey's over to cut it off, and they're going to hold Rajay as he was coming full steam, and now they're going to have him picked off third, and he's back safely.
Wow. I think Rajay wanted to run. He wanted to run through the stop sign so fast, so much. And the ball, though, as you mentioned, in the gap with him running, he could score. And it's almost like a single scoring a run from second. Rajay not quite at second by the time Martin hit the ball. But on the move, over the head of the second baseman Phillips, and so coming back in to second base kind of casually. And how did Rajay get back to third? That's the amazing thing. He's got to be thinking right there, I'm going to score. He rounded third enough thinking about it, and how he got back, went around the tag.
That's a big play because they really had him at third, but he maneuvered his hand in there, and there was a little double clutch from Giannis, the shortstop, on that throw to third, and that helped Davis as well. Gave him just a little extra time. Connor Jackson takes a strike, and it's 0-2. Watch how he gets that hand in there.
Goes with the right, then the left. Rolling one after the right hand and got the left one around it.
That was a very good call by Phil Cuzzy. Jackson lines it to left, and that's a base hit. An 0-2 pitch. Barton trying for third, and he's going to be safe. Jackson to second, and now they got him. Oh. Barton overslid the bag, and they got him. The run comes in to score on the hit by Connor Jackson, and we're tied at 1.
A's with you. Subscribe to MLB.tv today to see every A's game live or on demand on your computer when you're out of town. Visit OaklandAthletics.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere.
New ball game tied at 1 as it's now the 6th inning. Derek Barton, a big hit in that inning, but he got tagged out at third over sliding the bag. Joey Votto bobbled by Pennington, but he throws in time. Here's the play that ended the inning. It got the A's the run
Good two-strike hitting over Scott Rowland, and really good play. Hurry up, Rajay, get the score, because Derek Barton hustling to third, and that was a very good play. He slid late, though, and over-slid the bag, and that was the tough one.
He got his finger stepped on by Scott Rowland, or I think he put his knee on his top of his hand.
Yeah, I was thinking about Rajay Davis, and that was the big play because he was safe and came in to score.
Sweeney's got it. Rowland is 0 for 3 in the game as he flies out to right. 2 outs.
But when a guy's sliding back head first, a fielder, just put his knees down. Just put his body in front of the bag, and whether a guy comes back in like Rajay did, if you try to tag him, as Rowland did, and Rajay got around the tag. And that was a big play because that's a third out, which it probably should have been, and A's don't score.
There's Johnny Gomes, who has struck out twice in the game. Big swing by Gomes, and he missed the pitch in the dirt. 0-2. Gonzalez has retired 12 of the last 13.
Yeah, Suzuki went inside with the target, and after Gio stepped off, he quickly got up so he would not show the location. Aggressiveness of the Cincinnati Reds tonight really helped Gio, especially after 41 pitches the first 2 innings, and still right now he's just at 87.
Gomes very aggressive. Checks his swing on that. .88 pitches for Gio Gonzalez. Does not get cheated, and that would, even that would be an understatement. He lets her go every swing.
And he's always done this, but when he grabs his helmet with his right hand and pulls it down over his face.
The umpire got hit. Jerry Crawford. Walt Horn trots out to check on the ump. There you go.
That's when you're saying, I've been doing this too long.
Yeah.
Especially for umpires.
Can I go back to my hotel room?
Crawford's been around a long time. That focus coming down talking. Well, Walt Horn, what do you think he should be doing? You know what you should do when that happens. It's no fun. You can't catch your breath. You ever had that happen?
Yeah. Not like that.
See what Guccione is doing? He's jumping up and down. What you're supposed to do.
Hang in there, Jerry. Feel better in about 15 minutes.
Maybe by tomorrow.
Gomes lays off that curveball, so 2-2 is the count. Big rip on that fastball. Fouls it upstairs.
3 pitches, first 2 batters, and 0-2 to Johnny Gomes. Looked like it could be a very quick inning for Gio. Get back to the dugout, try to break the tie. Gomes, a couple of pitches out of the strike zone. Now 3 fouls after 2 strikes.
You got him. Good breaking ball down, and Gio Gonzalez gets his 8th strikeout. 1-1 game as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Welcome back to the Coors Light 6th inning. It's time for the Coors Light Freeze Can. Coors Light Freeze Can is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Kurt Suzuki leads it off, and he swings at the first pitch. A little flare, shallow right field, and Phillips caught it. Right as he caught it, he had a high step over the right fielder, Chris Heisey. Very nice play by Phillips. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Now batting, right fielder.
They have the speed, and of course, sometimes that's a deterrent for the infielder going out. But Phillips, right there, and to avoid a collision with the right fielder going down to the ground to avoid the collision.
Ryan Sweeney with the double tonight. He has also grounded out. It's this one, the left field. Gomes goes back, now comes in, and he's got it, 2 outs. Brandon Phillips has a Gold Glove. His trophy case, that was in 2008. Brandon Phillips, very interesting. He's turned out to be a very good player, but there's a line drive and a base hit for Guzman. But Phillips was acquired by the Cleveland Indians. This was quite a while ago, with Lee Stevens, Cliff Lee, and Grady Sizemore for Bartolo Colon. Well, that's a pretty good trade. Now, the Indians did not hold on to Phillips. What do you think about Lee, Sizemore, and Phillips? The only guy the Indians still have, of course, is Grady Sizemore. At the time, you're thinking, wow, Bartolo Colon goes to the Expos. That's a big deal. Sometimes you don't know how good trades are for a couple years after.
You think about some of the players, the Indians were good and going to the postseason almost every year. Players they traded away. Some great players. Think of Brian Giles going to the Pirates.
Yeah. Richie Sexton got traded.
Traded Milwaukee. Still had some great clubs, but boy, they had some great players coming up through the system.
Manny Ramirez and Albert Bell. I still think Albert should have stayed in Cleveland instead of going to White Sox.
Well, Brandon Phillips, he played some with the Indians, back and forth between AAA and the big leagues. But when he came to Cincinnati in '06, they stuck him out there, and he played every day. And he's had 4 very good years for the Reds, and this is his 5th year. They gave him a long contract. He's signed through 2011 with an option for 2012, so he's a big part of their present and future.
Good company.
30 home runs in 2007. Outside to Cuss, so full count. Cuss has grounded out twice to the second baseman, Phillips.
Yeah, the Reds are going to hold Guzman off at first so he doesn't get a great jump on the 3-2. No matter. He was trying to build the 2 outs.
That's walk number 4 by Leake. He has struck out 2, and he's thrown 91 pitches.
Second baseman, number 14, Mark Ellis.
Mark Ellis with a walk and a line out to third. Just yesterday, Mark was not in the starting lineup, but he got the sacrifice fly in the 8th inning. Gave the A's the 3-2 lead, and that was the final score.
Connor Jackson after the game when he went to third base on the base hit. Great hustle, and he ended up scoring the run on the sac fly. So Kuzmanov's hit to right field, and Connor Jackson said he's got a great arm in right field. I had to test it with game on the line. Tie score. It turned out great.
Outside corner again. Leake gets the strike. 1-2. Kuzmanoff at second. Cust at first. This time Leake goes outside, and it's a 2-2 count.
He throws the slider to the right-handers. They started so far outside, it's hard to get the hitters to swing because it's starting out of his hand in the ball zone, so it's not even close. At least that one was.
Bounce towards short. Anish straightens up, throws in time, and the A's do not score. They get a hit, a walk, and strand 2. 7th inning coming up at the Coliseum. 1-1 game. By Nation's Giant Hamburgers. It was June 17th of 2007. That is Kurt Suzuki hitting his first Major League home run, and it was against the Reds. Todd Coffey right here at the Coliseum. If you've got a giant appetite, it's got to be Nation's.
There's Ty Van Berkeley,
Yeah.
the A's hitting coach.
These two teams have played 3 times in interleague play. 2002, 2004, and 2007.
What's the record?
8-1. The A's are 8-1 against the Reds. In 2002, it was in Cincinnati, and that was the last year of Riverfront Stadium. And then 04 in Oakland, 07 in Oakland, and here again in 2010. The interleague series is in Oakland. Bounce up the middle. Ellis flips it to first. Stubbs is out. 1 out here in the 7th inning.
Well, Mark Ellis makes those plays look so easy, but that time with the ball headed up the middle, kind of circling around to get a good angle. I've seen a lot of times guys on the left side of the infield do that, throw across their body, but Mark Ellis just circle around. Did not have to throw as much across his body, was still on the move. A very strong throw, but it's great position instead of going directly at the ball. He had enough time to circle around and get a good position to throw. He's a good one. But he doesn't have a gold glove on his trophy room someplace.
Well, maybe he's going to have to go the whole season without making an error. He's getting there.
So Polanco worked for him.
That's right. Nick Massett, big right-hander, loosening up. .20 pitch is in there. A strike to Chris Heisey, who is struck out and bounced back to Gonzalez. Reds everyday right fielder Jay Bruce, big strong left-handed hitter, is getting the night off. So Bruce is out. Orlando Cabrera out tonight. The Reds are 2nd in the National League in runs scored. They're 1st in home runs, 1st in batting average, 1st in slugging, 1st in average with runners in scoring position. So that's the numbers are that they are a very good offensive team. Right now they're in an offensive slump, and that's just fine with the A's.
1 run over the weekend and unearned run tonight.
Yeah.
Absolutely, keep it going.
When you stretch it out a little bit, they have scored just 2 runs in their last 36 innings. 3-2 pitch, a fastball, swing and a miss. Number 9 for Gonzalez.
That's very impressive, too. You get 3 and 2, and the hitter's going to be sitting fastball. And location, fastball in. Gio really finished off the pitch, and great fastball, just blew it by. 92 miles per hour, and not bad for pitch number 100 to be consistently at 92.
Here's Cairo. It's interesting talking to some of the Reds announcers, Ray, and Reds playing at very much of a hitter's park. It's a small park in Cincinnati. The ball flies, and they take advantage of that. Lots of home runs. Bounce up the middle. And that's going to get through and a base hit. So Cairo is 2 for 3. And that'll bring up Ramon Hernandez. But what I was saying, Ray, is guys that I was talking to said that as a team, they probably hit 10 balls in Seattle that would have been out in Cincinnati. So, you know, it's like, well, what can you do? I mean, is your park in Cincinnati more fair or less fair than the ballpark in Seattle?
Yeah,
that probably needs to be someplace in between. But I don't know. Following a team, I wouldn't want a team to play in a bandbox.
But you're right. Going to Seattle, where it's definitely a pitcher's park, and the fences are very deep. Again, coming to the Coliseum, and having the excess foul territory. So definite changes that they're facing after leaving their home park.
1-0 to Ramon Hernandez. Outside, 2-0.
Well, Gio's just, this is where he really fights, because he wants the third out, get back to the dugout. 7 innings, and Ziegler and Breslow heating up. Really, he's throwing as well now as he did earlier.
That one's driven right center. Davis back, and he's going to get there, and he's got it. Side retired. A hit and a runner left. 7th inning stretch from the Coliseum. 1-1 A's and Reds.
Number 2, Cliff Pennington.
1-1 game here at the Coliseum in the bottom of the 7th inning. Gio Gonzalez talking to the manager, Bob Garrett. Looks like he's going to stay in the game. Nick Massett takes over. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. High ERA for Massett, 6.83. And he's given up 41 hits and 16 walks in 29 innings.
Good fastball. He'll top out mid-90s to go along with a curveball, slider, changeup, but he has had a few control problems, and see how the A's and the patience is. They did a good job.
Remember, the Reds traded Ken Griffey Jr. to the White Sox. That was in 2008. One of the pitchers that the Reds got in that trade was Nick Massett. They got Massett and an infielder. So Mike Leake is done. 6 innings, 5 hits. So he will get a no decision. And his record will stay at 5-1.
He looks so old, didn't he?
I was just thinking.
Gosh, unbelievable.
All at 22.
In the show, at 22. Huh. The way he pitched tonight was 5 hits and the 1 run. 1 earned run. That was a 2-out single by Connor Jackson in the 5th.
2-2 now to Pennington. Massett is a big guy, 6'4", 235 pounds. Joey Votto picks it up, runs to the bag. Pennington's retired, 1 out. Well, Bloomberg Sports, the leader in data analysis, has developed an analytical product being used by baseball clubs. There's also a product for fans. Improve your fantasy play or track your favorite players and teams. Go to BloombergSports.com for details.
Well, it does not seem that Gio Gonzalez is going to pitch the 8th innings. Craig Breslow back up in the bullpen. You'd have to think, since he is getting loose after 1 out of this inning, that he would be starting the 8th inning. Back to the top of the batting order for the Reds. Great outing, especially to get through 7 innings, just trying to see if his club can score him more than the 1 run that's on the board. No earned runs, just 1 walk, 9 punch-outs.
Down around the knees, a strike. 0-2 to Rajai Davis. 0 for 3, but he's been on base twice. Pitching on fielder's choice in the 3rd and in the 5th, and he scored the A's only run in that 5th inning. Brandon Phillips flips to first, and that's the 2nd out.
Well, for most Tuesday's games, the rest of the season, fans driving to the game park for free. Guess what? Tomorrow night's the next night. And also, just show your Chevy car keys on the night of the game at the A's box office. And receive a field-level game ticket for only $20. That's a savings of $6. The next Chevy free parking is tomorrow night, Tuesday, against the Cincinnati Reds. For details, you can visit OaklandAthletics.com. So fill up the parking lot because you don't even have to come up with money.
Buy a bunch of hot dogs with that money you save.
Well, that's when you come back the next night. Double play Wednesday or the next afternoon.
That's true. Curveball and a good one. 1-1. A's have 5 hits in the game. The Reds with 4. It with that high ERA, but he's made some quality pitches here in the 7th inning. That fastball away to Derek Barton.
Close enough, he had to swing.
Sir just fouled. Ray, remember we talked about Mike Leake making it to the big leagues, no games in the minors. There was 20 other players who had did that. Everyone catches Barton's foot, and that'll hurt a little bit. So Jerry Crawford's going to give him some time. The Reds have a list of the 20 other guys, and 3 of them are Oakland A's. Ariel Prieto, 1995. But the interesting thing is Tim Conroy in 78. Mike Morgan in 78, both in June of 78. And both of those youngsters, Morgan and Conroy, were out of high school. Get him in there. Let's go. Very interesting. The last one to do it before Leake was Xavier Nady, who we just saw with the Cubs. 3-2 now to Derek Barton.
Well, from the hitter standpoint, Joe Morgan, of course, one of the big red machine. But when you're a hitter in college using an aluminum bat,
yeah,
you go right to the big leagues, put a wooden bat in your hand. Although I'm sure taking batting practice and played in some games.
Got him swinging. So a good inning by Nick Massett, and the A's go down in order, and we head to the 8th of a 1-1 game.
presented by authority of the Oakland Athletics and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Athletics Investment Group, LLC.
Well, when it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change tune-up and smog experts. It's Craig Breslow who takes over here in the 8th inning for Gio Gonzalez. So unfortunately, Gio will not get a win tonight, but he was outstanding. And that first pitch is driven to left. Jackson's going to get there in the left center. And Brandon Phillips hit a rocket right toward the gap, but Jackson was able to get there.
Boy, he was not going to wait around. First pitch fastball right down the middle, and fortunately for the A's, right to Connor Jackson. Gilman always takes the pounding, doesn't he?
Giannis steps in. He's 0 for 3. On deck is Joey Votto. So not a lot of offense tonight from either side, but plenty of good pitching. Just off the plate. So Leak, the starter for the Reds, goes 6 innings. Gonzalez for the A's goes 7. Fastball. Breslow's had a good fastball for most of the year.
Yes.
A little more life.
It's right over the top. You'd think it'd be very easy to hit, but it's a sneaky, exploding fastball that gets on the hitter right at the last instant very quickly and pinpoint control.
Well, you would not think of Breslow as a strikeout guy, but this year, 31 strikeouts in 30 2/3 innings. The league is hitting 168 off Breslow. Payoff pitch to Giannis. And it's there, strike 3 at the knees.
Well, that is a perfectly thrown fastball. Giannis just could not pull the trigger.
Number 19, Joey Votto.
Right over the top, and this low strike was called by Jerry Crawford. Tommy Camp shows it on the plate. That was not the question. It was more of height.
Here's Votto. Big swing and a miss by Joey Votto.
Votto went to 3-1 count in the first inning. Hit a double. Since then, first pitch out. And this one he swung at like he wanted to make it a first pitch home run.
And now he's behind in the count 0-2. Arthur Rhodes down to the bullpen. Arthur Rhodes is having an unbelievable year for the Reds out of their bullpen.
Is it 28 or is it over 28? He had 28 consecutive scoreless innings. Ongoing.
He's given up 1 earned run all year. Breslow trying to get Votto with Scott Rowland in the on-deck circle.
Yeah, he would be Ziegler's man, depending what happens in this at-bat.
2-2.
Yeah, that's when you could tell it's outside plenty. Suzuki set up outside and try to get him to chase.
Mark Ellis, a couple steps to his right, and a very good inning by Craig Breslow. 3 up, 3 down with the strikeout. Bottom of the 8th coming up. It'll be Jackson, Suzuki, and Sweeney.
Hey fans, I'm here in section 142.
Very first inning, Joey Votto with a double off the wall, and it would score Brandon Phillips, unearned run, and that was all that Gio Gonzalez would give up. It was all said and done. Gonzalez went 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 unearned run, 1 walk and 9 strikeouts, and the A's were able to tie the game in the 5th inning thanks to Connor Jackson's 2-out RBI hit. So as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning, 1-4-1 for the Reds, 1-5-1 for the Athletics. Nick Massett back out there. He had a 3 up, 3 down 7th inning. First pitch to Connor Jackson is rolled foul. Looks to me, Ray, like just in the last couple days, teams are starting to try to pound Connor Jackson inside.
Exactly.
This one's hit high to right field. Heisey has it, and that is out number 1.
Beach Towels will go to 10,000 fans on Sunday. That's this coming Sunday, June 27th, when the A's finish a 3-game series against the Pirates. Game times 105, and the Beach Towels are brought to you by Activate Summit Medical Center. For tickets, as always, go to OaklandAthletics.com or call 877-493-BALL. It's a nice beach towel. Perfect time to get it. In the June. Some good months at the beach. Take it to the pool. Wrap Jack up.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think he
was.
was.
You're going to actually wait till the day they give it away? Or you
Unless somebody can get it to me earlier. I got a go-to guy within the A's organization. You know what his name is? Ray Fosse. 1-0 to Suzuki, who is 0 for 3. Pitch up and away.
Yeah, big day Thursday. The A's Community Fund Golf Tournament at Castlewood Country Club.
And you're playing with the same group, aren't you?
Well, you know, when you
the gang.
When you win, you have to just keep coming back to defend your title. Keith Simmons, of course, a great golfer, and got a great group.
So you're the favorites again. That's what you're saying.
Well, when you have, as I say, a guy named Bobby Jones in your group,
that's a good start.
Says a lot.
That's a good start.
A while back, Conrad Jepson, Conrad to hit the ball 300 yards minimum.
See, if Just by looking at the name. Conrad Jepson. My guess is he would be like a long drive contestant.
Yes, Conrad could do it.
Conrad Jepson.
By the way, Conrad watches every one of our games in high definition. And I told him he doesn't have to worry about being upset this year because every game's in HD. So Conrad's happy. He said, I can really tell when your World Series ring is just shining, just sparkling in HD.
Popped up on the infield. Managed the shortstop, has it, and Kurt Suzuki is 0 for 4. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Hey, go deep with Sportsnet Central tonight at 10:30 on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Full recap from this game here. Warriors prepare for the draft. Maybe a trade today? Was that the rumor? 30 A's in 30 days. Gabe Gross, Damon Andrews, and Scott Reese will host tonight on Sportsnet Central. Well, Dusty Baker is going to go to the bullpen for the second time. Nick Massett faces 5 hitters. He retires them all. And former Athletic Arthur Rhodes coming in to face Sweeney. Join us tomorrow here on Comcast Sportsnet California. It'll be game 2 of this 3-game series. The A's and the Cincinnati Reds. Dallas Braden facing Bronson Arroyo. Coverage begins at 6:30 with A's pregame live. The home of A's baseball is Comcast Sportsnet California. So there's the new pitcher, Arthur Rhodes. We told you he was having a terrific season. Look at the ERA, 0.29. That's pretty good. So he faces Sweeney, and the first pitch is a little bit low. Rhodes is now 40 years old. He'll be 41 in October. This is his 18th year in the big leagues.
Signed by the A's as a closer many years ago. Really pan out in that role. It's been a great setup guy. Setup reliever. And as a result, he's been able to pitch as many years as he has because of that.
Dusty has liked what he has seen from Rhodes this year. Remember, the A's gave Rhodes a 2-year contract with a club option for a 3rd year. And he really struggled here, and then it was the Jason Kendall trade. Rhodes and Mark Redmond went to the Pirates in exchange for Jason Kendall. Strike 3 called with a fastball on the outside corner. So Rhodes strikes out the left-handed hitter he faces. Andrew Bailey's heating up. It's 1-1. Reds and the A's 1-1. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. Andrew Bailey comes in here in the 9th. He'll face Rowland, Gomes, and Stubbs, 3 right-handed hitters. First pitch, Rowland fouls it straight back. So Andrew Bailey comes in. Of course, the 4-out save yesterday in St. Louis. Swing and a miss, and it's a quick 0-2. Got him. Rowland tried to hold up, couldn't do it. And that is strikeout number 11 by A's pitchers in this game.
Saturday, June 26th, that's against the Pirates, is 70s night, brought to you in part by Mrs. Fields. Here at Denny Fields, one of the original A's ball grows, the A's and Mrs. Fields are making a specially designed cookie. Swinging A's logo cookies will be going to fans in one lucky section of the stadium at 70s night. Get tickets now, OaklandAthletics.com. You can always visit. Joe Rudy jersey. And that would be a good one to receive. We had a lot of gold jerseys in the house because the A's will be wearing the gold uniform and the jerseys throughout the stadium.
And people just maybe hauling them out if they have one from a long time.
That's a good point.
Two 2-0 to Johnny Gomes. Now 3-0. Be careful. Johnny Gomes may just let her rip on 3-0. That would not surprise me at all. Gomes has struck out 3 times. Twice swinging, once looking.
I think he's getting ready to swing 3-0. All that preparation.
And he did, and he hits one high to center field. And Rajai Davis has it, 2 outs.
Andrew Bailey has a little bit of extra giddy up on those. He is not just assuming it's going to be a take. And of course, Andrew was telling us yesterday in post game. Seems like just yesterday he was on post game, saying it's just a natural cutter because of his arm. His elbow is kind of bent, which kind of sets up his natural cutter with added velocity on top of it.
2 outs for Drew Stubbs. You see, there's that cutter. See how that ball moves away from the right-handed hitter?
That's a 92-mile-an-hour cutter, and kind of flexing his wrist a little bit.
That one right on the inside corner to Stubbs. Stubbs is 0 for 3, 2 groundouts and a strikeout. Gonzalez had 9 strikeouts. Breslow had a strikeout in the 8th. Bailey has one here in the 9th for the 11 strikeouts tonight. But Bailey's behind in the count 3-1 to Stubbs. He does have 7 home runs. And it's outside. He walked him. So the 2-out walk to Stubbs. We're going to get a pinch hitter. It's going to be Jay Bruce. So big strong Jay Bruce is going to hit for Heisey. So I'm sure Dusty, knowing that he had Bruce not in the lineup, on the bench was probably waiting for what he felt would be a good opportunity to hit Bruce, and he's got one here. Although he is facing the all-star closer, Andrew Bailey. So here's Jay Bruce, and the first pitch is a curve in for a strike. Bruce with 9 home runs and 30 runs batted in. Don't forget about Stubbs at first. He has 14 steals. And there he goes. Swing and a miss, and he's going to make it. So the count is 0-2, but now Stubbs, the go-ahead run, is in scoring position.
You know, Andrew Bailey, not much of a chance for Kurt Suzuki, although a pretty good pitch to throw, but the jump by Stubbs was so great. Let's go after the hitter.
Pop-up foul. Quick look. Another pop-up foul. Same pitch location. Same foul ball location. Count remains 0-2. Bruce does strike out a lot. 64 times this year.
And as you go back to the curveball that he started and went to get the called first strike, just stand with a challenging fastball or that cutter.
That's a base hit to right field. Here comes Sweeney. They're going to wave Stubbs home, and he will make it, and the Reds take the lead. And going to second is Bruce on the throw. So Jay Bruce, pinch hitting here in the 9th, comes through with the big hit off Bailey.
Well, they try to go inside, and just the cutter slider. Kurt Suzuki inside, and he just did not have a lot of movement on the pitch. And Bruce actually had too much to the plate, probably for an 0-2 pitch. And with Stubbs running with his speed, no chance for Ryan Sweeney to throw him out.
Well, give Stubbs some credit. He picked up the big stolen base.
Yep.
So the Reds grab the lead here in the top of the 9th on the RBI single from Bruce.
For Stubbs, the walk and then the stolen base, and that was after the strikeout, going swinging 3-0, and a 5-pitch walk.
Cairo shoots one foul. Keep the count on 2. Couple of hits tonight for Cairo in that DH spot. He's hitting 8th in the lineup. There you go. Yes, he did. So Bailey, a couple of strikeouts, but a 2-out walk, a stolen base, and a pinch hit single by Jay Bruce. And the Reds have the 2-1 lead.
Toyota. Say yes to amazing deals on your favorite Toyotas. See your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, yes. By Xfinity, the next generation in home entertainment. Now available in the Bay Area and coming soon to the Central Valley. And by Chevy, with a full lineup of award-winning cars, trucks, and crossovers.
Jay Bruce, the hero right now for the Reds. He stays in the game in right field. Lance Nix comes in for defense in left field. Johnny Gomes is out. And the closer for the Reds is in, Francisco Cordero. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change tune-up and smog experts. 17 saves, but 4 blown saves for Cordero as he faces Kevin Kuzminoff. And the first pitch is hit right field and deep toward the wall. Gone!
Wow.
Cordero throws one pitch, and the A's have tied it.
He hit the home run to left field yesterday, and watch Cordero fastball up and away, and he kind of threw up his arms as he saw the ball sail and sail over the right field wall.
So Jack Cust was trying to end it, and he swings and misses.
Kevin Kuzminoff has 1 home run to right center. Everything else pulled to left field with the exception of this one over the 330. Look at that. I can't believe it. I don't think anybody could, except maybe Kuz.
Well, fastball kind of up, out right over the plate. You put good wood on it.
Stayed back, and you're right. The power is provided by the pitcher, there's no doubt. But Kuzminoff with the opposite field home run.
0-2 pitch, and on 3 pitches, Cust strikes out. So that's out number 1.
And he just pounded the fastballs just like he did to Kuzminoff and stayed away.
Second baseman, number 14, Mark Ellis.
So here's Ellis. Francisco Cordero has a blown save. Now you'd like to finish it off, maybe give him a loss. Michael Wirtz throwing in the A's bullpen. Ellis now behind in the count 1-2. Cordero, his 3rd year in Cincinnati. He signed a huge 4-year contract after the 2007 season. The A's saw him all those many years with the Texas Rangers. He went to Milwaukee in a trade. And then the free agent deal to come to the Reds. Cliff Pennington in the on-deck circle. Mark hits a liner right at Scott Rowland, and that is out number 2. Ellis has lined out to Rowland twice in this game.
Now batting, shortstop, number 2, Cliff Pennington.
So Cliff Pennington will try to get on base somehow. First pitch is low to Pennington. 1 for 2, a single in the 3rd, a walk in the 5th, a ground out in the 7th for Pennington.
You know, the A's record has not been very good when trailing, especially into the 9th inning.
That has changed tonight with Kevin Kuzminoff tying the game with a solo home run.
And now 3-0. Rajay Davis in the on-deck circle. That 3-0 pitch is in first strike. He walked it. So the A's get the winning run at first.
And Cliff Pennington, of course, a threat to steal with 2 outs. Might as well let him try. And Rajay Davis looking to see if Mike Gallagher is going to give a sign. It would be more of a green light if he does run. But again, he does have the speed. If the ball is hitting the gap, he can score from first. But always easier to score a single.
Pennington is 8 for 10 in steals this year. And generally, Ray, closers do not do a good job of holding runners out.
Andrew Bailey, top of the inning.
See that high leg kick by Cordero.
And of course, usually the manager, in this case, Chris Byers, making the calls for the throw versus try to get him to change his delivery to the plate, alter it a little bit. Here's Chris Byers taking his right hand out, waiting for his catcher to look at him and now to give a sign.
Pennington goes. He got a good jump. The throw not nearly in time. Stolen base by Pennington. Terrific jump.
Yeah, big time jump. You can do anything and everything you want, slide step. That kind of a jump, he's going to go. But Cordero with the leg kick. And Cliff Pennington, that first move, tremendous. And trying to get a dig for Phillips, and Phillips turned around like the ball went into center field. Ramon throwing from his knees, and Phillips had the ball in his glove very close to Pennington, just ready to tag him if he stepped off the bat.
Davis on 2-0 swings at a slider. Something hard. Downward movement. So 2-1. Davis is 0 for 4. He has scored a run, reached on a fielder's choice. A's trying to win it here in the bottom of the ninth. Now 3-1. On deck is Derek Barton. The count is 2-2. So full count. Outfielders coming in 3 or 4 steps, and the pitch is popped up. Hernandez is going to get there. He makes the catch. Side retired, but Kevin Kuzminoff on the first pitch of the bottom of the ninth inning homers down the right field line off Cordero. So we're headed to extra innings at the Coliseum. It's a 2-2 game. extra innings at the Coliseum. First game of the homestand. Reds 2, A's 2. And when it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. Michael Wirtz makes his 16th appearance. And he will face Hernandez, Phillips, and Giannis. 9-1-2 for the Reds. First pitch is drilled down the left field line, and it hits the foul pole home run. Hit the outside of the foul pole. First pitch.
Wow.
So it's 3-2 quickly.
One of those that's hit so hard, not much of a chance to hook. And Ramon,
much of this hits.
Yep. Well, Ted, right back towards the middle of the plate. And down the line. That close.
Probably about 4 inches.
That's about it.
It's home run number 3 for Hernandez, and here's Brandon Phillips. Slider for a strike. Another slider, and that's a strike. No, it's not. Or was it? Yeah, he did call it. 0-2. The Reds bullpen is quiet, so imagine Dusty Baker will probably send Cordero out there for the 10th. Rajay Davis coming in, still coming in, and he's not going to get it. Brandon Phillips just jogging down the first base line.
Yeah, Rajay got a bad jump, actually broke back a little bit, and the speed of Phillips.
He really just jogged down the first.
Jog, and that's something that Rajay missed it at that point, even though Ryan Sweeney backed him up. A's can take advantage and get a double play.
Kurt Young will chat. So a home run and a single here in the 10th. The hitters, Giannis and Votto after him. Cedric Bowers, the lefty. Not a great effort.
No, and it seemed like he was just happy that it was a base hit, but that's the surprising thing about it. His speed, boy, when you run hard, you can cause some things to happen.
Yep. Bunt attempt right back to Wirtz, and he was going to take the out at first. So sacrifice for Giannis, and Phillips to second.
I just wonder if anybody was yelling second, because as hard as the ball was bunted back to Michael Wirtz, but there might be a chance to get the runner at second. And that's the time to make the move.
So with the left-handed hitter coming up, Votto, Bob Guerin's going to go to Cedric Bowers. We'll be back. Well, the Independence Day Series is coming up July 5, 6, and 7. It'll be against the New York Yankees. It's presented by Amway Global. Souvenir Ball to the first 30,000 fans on Monday. That'll be game 1 of that 3-game series, so we will indeed look for that. Go to OaklandAthletic.com to get your tickets. Yankees are coming for the second time. The lefty Cedric Bowers comes in, and it'll be lefty versus lefty as he faces Joey Votto. So Michael Wirtz faces 3 hitters, gives up a home run, a single, and a sacrifice. So the runner at second is Phillips. Pennington playing right near the bag at second, trying to hold Phillips on. Votto checked his swing and a pitch that was a bit high. Pennington coming in to have a chat with Bowers.
Saying, we didn't have a chance to come back. Don't give up this run.
Phillips takes off, trying to steal third, and Votto swings and fouls it.
Well, Votto is way of saying very aggressive tonight, but with the runner in front of you at second base, getting that kind of a jump.
You can see the run, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, very high leg kick, and well, what an opportunity, but he overran the bag too.
The Reds have some pretty good team speed. They have 51 steals on the year. That's the 3rd most in the National League. Phillips has 10 of those. Three and one was Scott Rowland in the on-deck circle. That one's driven to left center and deep. Rajay Davis is going to look up, and that baby's gone. Joey Votto homers, and it's now a 5-2 Reds lead.
Well, the fastball, and you get that aggressive. We saw the power in the first inning going opposite field off the left field wall. This went over the left center field wall, so I guess he knew what he was doing when he swung at a pitch with Phillips running and said, "The heck with you, I'll drive you in. You don't have to worry about stealing." And he did. Had some power.
Joey Votto, 3 RBIs in the game to give him 46 on the year.
That probably would have been out in their home park too, right?
That would have been out, yes. His double in the first inning would have been out. Scott Rowland, no hits tonight. The Reds with a 3 spot here in the top of the 10th inning. Rowland drives one left field, and that's gone. 6-2 Cincinnati. Three home runs in the 10th inning.
Well, for a team that has this power, you give them a chance when the hitters count. And Scott Rowland a little bit towards the outside part of the plate, but a great top hand swing. And must be something about the Cincinnati Reds. Scott Rowland, of course, throughout his career, has always run the bases fast on home runs. He never took any sort of a trot. Scott Rowland tonight. Adam Rosales now with the A's, a former Red. That quickly, very promising into the 9th inning when Kevin Kuzminoff tied it, but it's Dusty Baker who's the one that's happy now.
This is Lance Nix, who came in the game for defense in the 9th inning. So Nix, the left-handed hitter, getting his first at bat. Two and one now. So Hernandez, Votto, and Rowland, all with home runs. That one's driven right center. It is dropped by Rajai Davis. Nix is going to round second. He's headed for third, and he'll make it standing up. Right at the wall, Rajai Davis had it in his glove, and he dropped it.
Wow. Got up too high. Maybe the night air knocked it down, but when he swung, he crushed it, and looked like that was going to be back to back to back. Sounded great, right center, and as it came down right at the base of the wall, Rajai Davis just missed it.
So the infield will come in. It's going to be an error on Rajai Davis, a 3-base error. First pitch to Stubb, breaking ball outside. It's the second error for the Athletics in this game. They made one in the very first inning. Good curve there from Bowers, drops in for a strike. 1-1. Still just one out here in the inning. Fastball and a swing and a miss, 1-2. Got him swinging. Fastball down around the knees, and it's out number 2. 13 strikeouts by his pitcher's time.
Not a good fastball in the straight, but this one by the right-hander.
So Jay Bruce will hit. That one missed somewhere, I don't know where. Bruce had the RBI single in the 9th as a pinch hitter that gave the Reds the lead. So it's been Gio Gonzalez with 7 innings, then Breslow, Bailey, Wirtz, and Bowers. A's will have Barton, Jackson, and Suzuki in the bottom of the 10th inning with a lot of work to do. Fastball, swing and a miss. So Bowers finishes the inning with back-to-back strikeouts, but the Reds used the long ball. They homered 3 times in the 10th to take a 6-2 lead.
to help send your favorite ace player to this year's All-Star Game by voting up to 25 times at OaklandAthletics.com. Visit OaklandAthletics.com and cast your ballot now for your 2010 All-Stars. Vote early and vote often.
Reds with a 6-2 lead thanks to the 4 spot in the top of the 10th. So Derek Barton will lead off. Cordero back out there. He threw 20 pitches in the bottom of the 9th inning. And the A's tied it. So he's going to get a blown save, but he has a chance to get a win.
Not exactly what a closer wants.
No, that's a good call. 2-1 to Barton, who is 1 for 4. Connor Jackson waits in the on-deck circle.
Well, the goal for the A's is to have Cordero blow 2 saves in the same game.
That would be something. Down around the knees, a strike. So full count to Barton. And he missed outside, and there's the leadoff walk. Cordero is trying really hard to drive his manager crazy. He may have already succeeded.
Connor Jackson.
So Connor Jackson steps in. Jackson 1 for 3 with a walk and an RBI single in the 5th inning. Remember to join us tomorrow. There's the pen. More action. Jordan Smith and Daniel Ray Herrera, a righty and a lefty. But tomorrow it'll be Dallas Braden, Bronson Arroyo, lefty and a righty. $7 o'clock the ball game. Way inside, 3-0.
Dusty might be like Tony La Russa when Franklin had a tough time Saturday. Went to Mott, finished the game, but let's see what happens here. But Cordero struggling a little bit.
Inside corner didn't have to be a strike. So it's a full count. And that's low. He walked it. Back-to-back walks, Barton and Jackson. And you're right, Ray. I don't think Dusty's going to mess around. And they're going to go to the lefty, Daniel Ray Herrera. So when it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. with Sportsnet Central tonight at 10:30 on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. The full baseball recap from here at the Coliseum. Warriors getting ready for the draft, and 30 A's in 30 days. What's up with Gabe Brooks? David Anderson, Scott Reese will host. There's the new pitcher for the Cincinnati Reds, the lefty Daniel Ray Herrera. Herrera last pitched on Friday night, an inning in the third in Seattle. He comes in, 2 on, nobody out. Kurt Suzuki, the hitter. The A's again making it interesting, this time in the 10th inning. Herrera's first pitch to Suzuki is a strike.
Tops out at about 83, 84.
Screwball.
Yes, indeed.
That's the scouting report we're going to give you on Daniel Ray Herrera.
Everything's soft. Sit back like it's a knuckleball pitcher.
66.
Says something about Herrera and his style of pitching that Dusty would bring him in face a right-hand. You can see why.
Base hit, left field. Barton will stop, and the bases are loaded. Nobody out, and Ryan Sweeney's coming up. 0-2 pitch, and Suzuki found a hole on the left side.
Well, they say wait back, and Kurt Suzuki, you can sit back. There's your big looping kind of a screwball change up, and Suzuki planted the front foot, still plenty left to hammer it in left field.
First pitch to Sweeney, outside, ball 1. A walk, and a single. That one's outside, and both Herrera and Hernandez thought that was a strike.
Tommy Cam outside. Can't fool Tommy Cam.
That is a strike, 2-1.
And that one 84.
Herrera's listed at 5'6", 165 pounds.
And if you ever, I bet nobody even had a radar gun when he was pitching.
And now it's 3-1, and on deck is Kevin Kuzminov.
When he faced this lefty, right, he is warming up in the bullpen.
Bounced Phillips. He'll get the out at first. The run comes in to score. That's Barton to make it a 6-3 game. And the A's will again get the tying run up to the plate. So it's an RBI ground out for Sweeney.
That's what Kuzminov did against Cordero in the 9th inning with the A's trailing by a run. He did it.
Can he do it again? Dusty's going to make the change again. So Herrera faces a couple hitters, gets it out, gives up a hit. So Jordan Smith is coming in. against the Cincinnati Reds. The Atlanta Braves scored 7 runs in the bottom of the 9th inning to win it. It was a grand slam.
Did you see the ball, how it was dropped over the fence?
Did you see who hit it? Remember Brooks Conrad?
That's right.
Played with the A's just for a little while, a couple of years ago. He thought it was caught, and then he realized he had just won the game. So the 5th reliever of the night, Jordan Smith, comes in, and he's going to face Kuzmanov. 2nd and 3rd, 1 out. First pitch is a little bit low and away. Jack Cust is in the on-deck circle.
Well, the A's did this Saturday night, tried to come back against the Cardinals, had the tying run at second after scoring 2, make it 4-3. Came up a little short. They keep battling back. One of those extra home runs the Reds hit. Top of the extras.
Even one of them.
Oh, exactly.
2-0 pitch, a 2-0 slider, and Kuzmanov missed it.
Fastball is a pretty good one, but slider slower than a changeup. Kuz just saw one. 2-0. Actually, sliders, there's 3 pitching were sliders.
That one's bounced towards short. It's going to get a run home. Yanish throws to first. Kuzmanov's out. Coming in to score is Jackson, and it's 6-4. We can still hold on to that home run hope.
Now batting, designated hitter.
This guy the A's hope to have up Saturday night. And he pitched it in the 8th, and the National League did not stay in the game, and Big Jack was on the bench when Mott got the strikeout in the 9th inning. The A's trailing 4-3. Might as well really make it exciting.
Cust, ooh, he had one to hit there. He had one to hit.
Well, the outfield, if
Watch
they
this pitch right.
backed up, yeah, that's just tailing fastball came back. But if the outfielders backed up, that hit themselves up against the wall. They're so deep, all around, playing definitely no doubles.
Cust, another big swing. And boy, he's had a couple good rips and fastballs, and he's fouled them back. Cust is 0 for 3 with a walk.
He has one thing on his mind, and even going to the opposite field with a home run, which he's capable of doing.
So 0-2. Cust just trying to keep the inning going. A's have scored twice. Looking for a high fastball, and it is.
To the extreme.
How did I know that? Well, the catcher was standing up. Suzuki is the runner at second. Just missed outside. 2-2.
A couple of walks to lead off the inning. A single. A couple of ground outs to score the runs. The A's need the long one.
That's high. 3-2.
That's why I think you waste a pitch at 0-2, try to get a hitter to swing at a pitch over his head. He's not going to do it.
Nope.
And all you're doing is
It's a waste of time. Is what it is.
Well, and then you're just adding to a. Now he's come to a 3-2 pitch, and they're not giving to it either.
Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. He went off speed, and Cust strikes out, and that's the ball game. Well, the A's battled back, and they did it in the 9th and again in the 10th, but they come up short. And the Cincinnati Reds take game 1 of this 3-game series by a final score of 6-4 in 10 innings.
Now the changeup, first base open. You don't think about it when you're up a couple of runs, but sometimes you see pitchers do that, just figuring they're not going to give in to a power hitter. He did not, and got the strikeout.
Come on. It looks like Cordero is going to get a win.
Yep.
Won't save and a win. Michael Wirtz
Stayed in, he would have had a chance to blow another save almost. Dusty was not going to waste any time, and See that more often than not. They're going to take a chance and just keep going with the guys not throwing strikes.
Well, the A's have now lost 5 of their last 6. They were hoping after the tough road trip that coming home a little better luck, but not the case. 6-4 the final, so the A's now 34-38. And say the record, because you don't want to creep too far away from that 500 mark.